Master impressionist, actor, comedian, writer, and boxer Vincent Cook joins us next on See You at USC, the very best college talk show on television. Hey everyone, you're watching See You at USC. I'm your host, Rob Hughes. We have a very special guest tonight. Let's see if I can get this right, Vincent. Master impressionist, actor, boxer, writer, and I probably missed one. Comedian, Mr. Vincent Cook is joining us tonight. Thanks so much.
Rob,
you had an amazing show at USC during our welcome week.
Yes.
I don't know where to start. It was about Muhammad Ali.
Ali, the man, the myth, the people's champion.
And he is your role model. You actually met him when you were a young kid, right?
Yes, I did.
And before you became an outstanding comedian and actor, you were a boxer.
Yeah, I was a fighter.
Golden Glove champion.
Yeah, well,
Olympic gold medal. How'd you get into that? Ali inspired you?
Hey, man, my boxing career started in a funny set of circumstances, you know, because out of pain, always something beautiful comes. That's what happens to anybody. You know, like with Muhammad Ali, somebody stole his bike. So out of his pain for his bicycle, he went into the gym and he became a fighter. Well, in my life, I was, you know, getting bullied. And then one day, this little midget man, his name was Greg, but everybody thought he was, you know.
Greg.
Yeah, Greg. And then we call him Little Greg. That's what he was, you know, Little Greg. He wind up on me and got me. And he was dusting me off and they were saying, "Get him, shorty, get him!" You know, he's like, you know, cracking on me. And
he was a bully?
Yeah, he was a bully.
Okay.
But what happened after the fight, he beat, you know, he was like a little Sugar Ray Leonard midget man, you know what I mean? He throwing all the punches and doing what he was doing. But one of the things that happened after that, he said, I like you, man. You know, that's what guys used to do back in the day, to fight each other, and then they would say, you know, okay, you were good, or come back another day or whatever.
Where's this take? Where are you from?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. Okay.
Yeah, and so basically after that, I asked him where he trained, and he said, you know, I said, well, how you learn how to fight like that? And he told me where he went to box. I went up there and I learned every day from that day on how to put them together.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I came back and got him.
And nobody messed with you after that, right?
Oh no, once you learn how to fight, it's over. They all know. But I wanted to take it to another level, so I ended up on the United States boxing team, traveling around the world as a fighter.
What was that like?
It was incredible, man. It was an incredible experience, you know, at a young age. You know what I mean?
How old were you then?
Let me see. I started fighting at 13, and I traveled through my high school years. And then my mom just told me, hey, you know, you got to graduate and you got to go to college. So you're gonna have to bring a halt to this boxing stuff. You know what I mean? But you know, so I was scheduled to go to the Olympics in '80, but they boycotted them. The United States did,
right, for
the invasion of Afghanistan, and now we're fighting Afghanistan. But you know, so that's what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So your mom supported your boxing then?
She supported it up to a point, and then she said, she wasn't feeling it. She was like, you know, one day she said to me, "Is boxing all that there is? You've done everything in boxing. You won a gold medal. You went to what they had, which was the Olympic thing here. They had an Olympic, Eastern Regional Olympic trials here or whatever, you know." So I had a chance to do all that I could do in that arena at that time, and I wanted to be a professional fighter. Ray Leonard and all them, Sugar Ray Leonard was asking, and his brothers and people were saying, "Man, come turn pro, and we'll give you a contract, and you'll fight for the championship." And it was all. My mother said, "You're going to school. Forget that." I listened to her.
Well, you met Sugar Ray Leonard then.
Sure, yeah, I know Ray Leonard, man.
Wow.
Yeah, Ray was back then, and you know, Ray. All these guys are older than me, but you know, I was a young, you know, kid coming up, and I had a chance to meet, you know, Muhammad Ali, you know, and Don King brought him into Washington, D.C. back then, so that he had a fight. He was fighting somebody. I want to think in Argentina.
What year was this?
I think it was '77.
Okay.
Yeah, he brought him back back then, and people were saying, "Ali, Boombaye." So that was the first time I met him, and then I met him again on the set of the movie Ali with Will Smith.
Let's talk about that. How'd you get into that?
Well, that was an interesting situation. That story, you know, is basically, you know, Hollywood is kind of a closed door situation, and if you know, I'd already been a stand-up comedian in doing what it was that I was doing, and I heard about it, and I said, man, you know, I got to get in this one, you know, because I tried to get in another one, which they had was Don King, Only in America.
The movie.
With Ving Rhames,
Right.
and I went down to where they were, you know, doing these auditions at, just crashing them is what I was doing, and when I crashed the Don King, All in America, you know, Only in America, as Muhammad Ali and Don King. You know, I came in, I said, which role you want me to play? You know, which role you want me to play? So I was in there, you know, well, I'm the greatest fighter of all times. I'll beat Joe Frazier. I'll beat Sonny Liston. Man, I'm bad. You know, so I was doing all that, moving around. You know what I mean? And then Don King, I was on the, you know, came in there and they said, well, let's, you know, let's see you impersonate. I said, man, I can play Don King is what I told him. And, you know, I came in. Look, a lot of people don't know, you know, I'm great, baby. You know, this is only in America this thing can take place, and we can do this today, baby. You know, it's beautiful. You know, so I started using all the kind of crazy stuff. And they said, man, you funny, man. You wild. So, you know, I had a choice at that time because BET was offering me a show at the time called Blackberry Inn. It was Comic View, but it was a show inside of a show. And so it was like, you know, which one are you going to take real quick?
You had three choices, and you had BET, Ali, and the Don King.
Well, no, the Don King thing happened before Ali came about.
Right.
And so I'm saying I had to compete between the Don King, you know, movie or do a series on BET. And, you know, my manager said, hey, man, I don't know what they're going to do. You know, who knows what's going to happen. You know, they might have you on the cutting room floor. So they gave me, you know, said, just go star in this show right here. I think it'll do something for you. So I ended up doing the BET thing, you know, and I remember meeting Ving Rhames years later, and he said, man, we wanted you in there, because I was, you know, clowning around. But Ali, the way that came about, I heard about it, and they were having these auditions at boxing gyms for fighters, because they were looking for real fighters. But you know, you didn't know if that was hype, you didn't know what the story was, and I didn't know who they had hired as the lead yet. I wasn't reading the trades. I didn't know that Will Smith had signed on. I came into the audition. I thought I, you know, would get it. I came in. Man, who's around here talking about they want to be Muhammad Ali? I'm the best Muhammad Ali you ever see in your life, and whoever it is that's coming in saying they better than me, I tell you what, if they can beat me in the ring, I'll get on my knees, crawl across the ring, tell them that they are the greatest, and I'm catching the next jet out the country. You know, so I was.
And everybody laughed because they knew they're not going to get the job.
Oh, they knew. They knew. They laughed. They joked, and they told me. They said, "Man, you know, Will Smith got this job." And I said, "Well, what can I do in the movie? I know you know, I can play any of them roles." So I knew the story, and Michael Mann and Will Smith,
Director, right? Michael.
The director of the film,
right?
Yeah, you know, Michael Mann came along, and I mean, I came along. In other words, they said, "Okay, let's see what he can do," and they put you in there with real fighters.
You in there?
Yeah.
But you were already a boxer, right?
I'm already a boxer.
Did you have to be a boxer to audition? Because what if
they didn't
I
know.
went in there, that would have got killed?
They didn't know. They didn't know who. You know, they had guys that said they had boxing background, and they were actually physically looking for real fighters. But nobody knew that. So you can imagine some of the actors got beat up. You know, that came to audition. I'm here to be a fighter. Who you gonna play? Sonny Liston. Okay, let me see. You know. You know.
Well, we actually have to take a quick break. Hold that thought, though. Okay. I have a lot more questions about that. We're going to be right back with Vincent Cook on CU at USC, the best college talk show on television. Welcome back to CU at USC. I'm your host, Rob Hughes. If you would like to contact the show for any reason, you can always give us a call at 213-741-2741. You can also email us at cu@trojanvision.com. And make sure you check out our website where you can see the shows live, www.trojanvision.com. Do I have to do this list again, Vincent? We are with actor, master impressionist, comedian, and there we go. I'm forgetting him already, Mr. Vincent Cook. Thanks so much again for being with us tonight.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, man.
Thank you very much. And we were talking, as we can see by your awesome outfit, Muhammad Ali, your role in the film with Will Smith.
Yeah, it was getting the role was a deep role. With Jimmy Ellis is what I played. I played two roles in the picture. The first role I played was Will Smith's boxing double and Jimmy Ellis.
And Jimmy Ellis who was he?
Jimmy Ellis is the former champion of the world during the time that Muhammad Ali was in exile. And that's, see, when Ali didn't go to the war, they stripped him of his title. And
in 67.
No, it's between
That's
67 and 70 is when they did it. So in other words, 67 was the last fight. So when he would not go to war, they said, okay, well, you ain't gonna go to war, that's it. You know, you're not gonna be able to fight. And since he wasn't able to fight, Jimmy Ellis, and they put together a competition. Jimmy Ellis won a title. And when Jimmy Ellis won the title, Joe Frazier beat Jimmy Ellis. And Muhammad Ali say, you're not the real champ because you ain't beat me. You know what I mean? And then Ali got out there and he told him, he said, look, when he was out on the college circuit, he basically told the audience, he said, man, the only way that man can be the real champion is he got to fight me in the ring. How you gonna just give my belt away to somebody who ain't no, how you gonna mess up the legacy? First you got it, what's the man's name? Let me help you out. So he was going down the list, he say, great John L. Sullivan, and from Jack Dempsey, and Rocky Marciano, Sonny Liston, and down to me, and Joe Louis, and down to me. Now how you gonna just, where's Joe Frazier's name in that? I don't hear nowhere Joe Frazier's name is in that. Joe Frazier got my title, and he must give it back. So that's the kind of stuff that he was doing. So that's what Ali was, that's what got the fight going. But going back to the movie, I had to prove that I could fight, and Michael Mann and them put me in the ring with real world champions. James Lights Out Tony, who's going to fight not long from down here.
Why would they do that? Are they trying to kill you?
I think they were trying to make a point that we want real
set an
fighters.
Example, or okay.
We want real fighters to come and audition for this movie, and we don't necessarily want actors who are saying they can box. We want to see if you can really get in there and get it on. So I got in there with James Toney. I got in there with Michael Bent. I got in. Michael Bent was the WBO world champion. Knocked out Tommy Morrison. Wow. James Lights Out Tony fought Roy Jones Jr. and Moscaez and a few others, and he's going to beat up on Sam Peters. I mean, it's a lot of people. James Toney done been in there. Even Hakeem Rockman, the guy who just lost his title. But so these are the fighters that were there. And Charles Shuford, he beat Lamont Brewster, the world champion. So I mean, I was in there with all those guys.
How'd it go? You knock him out? You knock him on the ground?
No, I didn't knock him out. But what I did is, see, because I had been away from boxing. Those were my amateur days. I was just, coming in to show him that, and Al Ice Cole, that was the other guy. So all of these guys were world champions. As a matter of fact, Al Cole was the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world. So you had a lot of heavyweight champions and cruiserweight champions and light heavyweight champions of the world that were all actors in this movie. And, I had to get in there with them because I was Ali. Or, I wanted to be Ali, you know what I mean? And I got in there and I danced with him, showing what I could do. And Will Smith and him said, man, you so good. Everybody that came in behind you, wasn't nobody,
Showing them what's up.
Exactly. I mean, I was in there on days and they just came to me and said, hey, look, man, protect yourself at all times. And, here's a mouthpiece and, wish you the best.
Sign a waiver? Yeah.
So many people got beat up on that set, man. It was incredible,
I'm sure you saw some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, and then
Probably
me and Will Smith got in there. Me and Will had to get
Really?
in there. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
See, that's what the idea was. They wanted to make Will Muhammad Ali. So they put all of us in there, man, and we got it on. But, we're all friends today.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, we all.
Wow, and you had to look like Will Smith too, right? Because since you were his double,
You had
did
to work out.
would they right? But would you had to be the same weight as him and the same hair?